This is going to be a dish that I'm making. It's called Caponata Siciliana. The word Caponata is from the capone fish, which is a dolphin fish in English. Lampuga in Italian. We're not going to do it with fish today. There's many different versions of it. This is my classic version, which I have come down to doing it very simple, no fish in it. I'm using the basic ingredients and I'm going to show you my way. So let's go on this little voyage together. 3 basic vegetables is red onions, because that is sweet. The sweetness in them is perfect. It's all rough cut. Big pieces, you're going to soften them up in water. Okay, get some more olive oil in there. Getting some water, mixing that with the oil. But we have to soften the vegetables up. So I'm going to get all of those in there. Celery. Carrots and onions. So that's your base. You have to make a base, which is going to give you your sweetness and your crunchiness. So you're taking your olives, you're getting the seeds out of the olives, pips, the seeds, the stones, however you want to call them.
Can you use black olives?
You can, but the authentic recipe, the way I've learned from a very old lady who I cooked with in teacher.
That's not me.
She said you definitely have to take the seeds out. It's not nice when you bite into an olive and you
have
get
to
the
have
seed in your mouth.
green
Bang.
olives, yeah?
Lose a tooth or two.
And they have to be green.
They have to be green. Okay,
Yeah.
these are olives that we've picked. Maria has spiced them all up, put them in oil. And yeah, they're the best tasting olives.
Not bad, are they? And that's my other jar of olives from last year. So you're chopping them up?
Yeah, I'm getting them nice and... Because you want all that flavour of the olives in there. Absolutely. So you get your almond nuts.
Okay, so we're using almonds instead of pine nuts.
The authentic recipe is, they say they normally used to use pine nuts, or they do use pine nuts.
We use pine nuts, yeah.
You can have a version with almond nuts. The almond nuts taste differently, obviously.
Yeah.
These are our own almond nuts,
Yeah.
so I am definitely going to put these guys in.
Yeah, it's a shame if we don't use our own almonds,
and
isn't it?
I like almonds, so yeah, cooking with almonds is very nice.
Gives it a bit of a crunch as well.
Oh yeah, so you chop all these up.
Oh, the smell is amazing, Mas.
Very nice. I've got basil, green basil, red basil, and I'm using mint as well. Normally they say to use oregano, and some recipes say mint. I'm doing it my way, as I said before. My way with these different herbs and spices, it just gives it that much more flavor, which we really enjoy. So I'm nicely slicing, roughly chopping that as well.
That's all from our garden, yeah?
And this is all from our freshly picked from our garden. So I've chosen 2 different colored peppers. I'm using yellow and red to give it a nice bit of color into it. 2 nice large aubergines. Cut off your ends. And the same thing, you're going to cut it into thick slices. So after the thick slices, you cut it into strips like that, and you want to get it into nice chunky dices. Look, like that. So ingredients are ready. As I said before, you're going to deseed your olives, chop it up. Get your herbs, chop them all up together. Those are those almond nuts. Hang on, I need to taste them. Chopped up. Then you got your capers. They are just waiting, then we're going whole. You're not chopping them up. Over here.
I'm sorry, the capers we rinsed out the salt,
Yeah,
didn't we?
capers you always rinse the salt out. Peppers, roughly chopped. Diced up my aubergines, getting them ready. And what I'm doing over here, getting the olive oil, sunflower seed oil, warming that up quite well. And you don't want to put too many in so it doesn't boil. It needs to fry. Right, the color of it is perfect. I've got it to a dark golden brown. That's the perfect color for the melanzane. You take them out, you've got to strain them in the colander. When you strain them, they become a little more crispier. So in the same oil that I've cooked the aubergines, I'm putting the peppers in. The peppers are less, and I put them all in there and get them frying up as well. You want to get them to a golden brown as well. Right, so now I've browned off the peppers. Normally we use those long pointy peppers, but because I'm making it easier for everyone to understand, these are normal bell peppers because the colors are better as well. I do like the bell peppers myself, but the other peppers are good. So I'm taking all of these out now. They should be pretty browned off. Right, so my ingredients are ready. I've softened all those veggies out. Celery, carrots and onions. I've got them soft. I've extracted the liquid, the extra liquid. There was water in there and oil, which I cooked it off with to get it nice and soft. So I'm warming up the pan right now. Once I've warmed up the pan, I'm getting your aubergines that you fried off in a different pan. They have been drained of their oil. I'm putting all them in. All you get in there. Okay, so your aubergines are in there. I'm now putting my peppers in. They were pre-fried as I showed you before. Mixing all those up. So I'm going to get that frying a little bit. Obviously wanting that to fry up a bit because I'm going to be adding the rest of my ingredients in a few seconds. To get in, your olives. Deseeded and chopped up. Get all that flavor in there. Get them in there, mix them up a bit. Get your capers, put them in as well. Almonds that I've pre-chopped before, add them in there. Mix that up again. Straight after the almonds, you get your herbs, which I've pre-chopped, roughly chopped. I like rough chopping, gives it more flavor. So you got all that frying up. You let it fry for a bit. It's got to get all the flavors mixed together. It has to fry. There is 2 more ingredients which I am going to put in now. I'm going to let that fry first. So I've got that all cooking up pretty well now. I'm going to add my sugar. I'm using just about a tablespoon of sugar and I'm sprinkling that all over the top. It is a sweet and sour dish. Some people ask why sugar. Sugar has to give it the sweetness. You can add honey if you don't want to eat sugar. But I'm going to use sugar, it's the authentic way. The sugar in, I'm mixing it all up together. And the heat is getting up to a certain very high heat. I've got it on high heat at the moment. I'm doing that because I'm going to put the vinegar in. What the vinegar does, gives it that sweet and sour taste to it. And obviously, the alcohol in the vinegar gets taken away. Listen to that. Beautiful. And that's going to be about 2 tablespoons of vinegar. Add some of my salt in there. You don't want to put too much because the capers are salty.
Yeah.
And then I'm going to add some pepper into that. Just to give it that extra bit of seasoning. And that's your dish done. Once your vinegar is evaporated, well, the strongness of it, get that and put it into your dish. Oh yeah, all that goodness. There you go. So normally it is a cold dish. We're going to let that cool down.
Yeah.
And then we're going to tuck in.
Thanks, Mas.
You're welcome. Enjoy your meal. Right.
Buonissimo. Buon appetito. Caponata made from Massi. And then we've just got some leftovers, a bit of tabbouleh, a bit of hummus, some fresh Sicilian bread, olives and chilies.